All right, y'all. I'm going to literally try to make this as quick as I possibly can make it because let's be real, there was really nothing to this Raw that made it interesting at all for me. Nothing at all except for the beginning. Now, when it comes to the beginning of the entire show, I honestly was like extraordinarily happy seeing the Beast Incarnate go to town on the Miztourage and the Miz because it was just great. And yeah, I meant that hashtag. For those that actually follow me on Twitter, I meant it because that's what it freaking was. But other than that, it was great. But after the beginning of the entire show, it just went downhill from there. We got 2 weeks before SummerSlam, guys, and they have done nothing to get me hyped up at all for any of the matches on the freaking card. Nothing, zero, zip, zilch, nada at all for the card. There are some matches that I am excited about, but I already was, but nothing further. Now, the one thing that I actually did find funny is that, yeah, they had it in Toronto, but they tried to get a really boring, generic American guy over in Toronto by having him beat someone from their home country. Yeah, you had a Canadian jobber being that was literally beaten by the generic Jason Jordan. He is the most generic, bland babyface there is. He's up there with Apollo Crews, but Apollo Crews actually surpassed him in personality. I never thought I would say that. That Apollo Crews has more charisma and more personality than Jason Jordan. Wow. And he's the most vanilla black man there is, so that speaks volumes. But other than that, that was kind of weird. But despite that really oddball moment, we had a few more on this show, man. Number one, they mentioned a big freaking deal about Bayley dislocating her shoulder that she was in pretty much every single internet media outlet there was, and they actually had it on the show. And when she was about to have her segment, her address about what was going to happen, you end up having a reporter in the ring talking to her. That made no sense. I don't know her name. I forgot her name. For those that know it, leave in the comments. But other than that, you had her in the ring talking to Bayley, interviewing her, and telling her what she's about to do, when Bayley should just be on the mic by herself and give her moment because she had her hair down. When you see Bayley with no ponytail, that means Bayley's not happy. So at least give Bayley the mic. She lost her number one contendership, for crying out loud. Give her a moment. But no, what happened? She ended up introducing Sasha Banks, and then Sasha ended up having a match for the number one contendership like it was nothing. They made a big deal out of this, and then they treated it like it was nothing. Like an annoying fly they just swatted and then moved on. That's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Sasha. I will always love me some Sasha. Shoot, I finally got her pop that I've been waiting on for a long time, but I digress. I'm happy that Sasha won. But the fact that they literally just treated Bayley's injury and what Bayley went through as nothing is sad. It is. Now, Sasha Banks ended up having a number one contendership match between her, Emma, and for some reason unknown that only the Lord knows why, Alicia Fox. I have no idea why Alicia Fox was there. Like, seriously. I guess she's the vet to put the newbies over, even though they're not technically new. They've been there for a while. But other than that, she's just there to be wrestling fodder. That's it. She's just there to get rolled up, smacked down, stamped on, kicked in the face, rolled up, all that other stuff. Because that's all Alicia did. She barely had any defense. Or offense, for that matter. She had nothing. She just got beat up and rolled up multiple times. But other than that, it was Sasha Banks that won, even though Emma came close to winning, and that shocked the crap out of me. I thought she won. I had to take my headphones off for a second. But other than that, man, I mean, it was a pretty decent match. It wasn't bad. I'm happy Sasha won, but it would have been interesting if Emma did. But I'm going to get the women's stuff out the way, and I'm going to go ahead and go down to the second number one contendership match for some reason. We end up having Nia Jax versus Mickie James and versus Dana Brooke in a number one contendership match. Dana, Lord knows why, because I have no idea why she was there. But then we have Nia Jax. And my question is, why? If Nia Jax is responsible for putting Bayley out of the SummerSlam match, then why in the world will you have somebody as clumsy as Nia Jax wrestling against anyone for the number one contendership? I'm just saying. And that's the reason why it could be a work, or it could be legit. Because let's be honest, in a business aspect, in a business standpoint, if you got somebody as klutzy as Nia Jax, who literally killed, who almost injured, I'm not gonna say killed, but she came close to dropping Charlotte on her neck, nearly breaking her neck during the match, and she injured countless others. If that was the case, and that was your promotion, that was your business, I would not have her go anywhere near the performers until she got better. Just saying. Because that's your bread and butter. Which makes me wonder if it is a work or not. And if it's just a way to motivate Bayley or to make Bayley come up like Rocky. I don't know. That's just how I'm seeing it. Because in a business standpoint, I would not have that chick go anywhere near my wrestlers until she gets better. Because Nia Jax has a lot of potential, but she's just klutzy in the ring. She just is. She's just as bad as Alexa Bliss. Yes, I said it. But other than that, she ended up winning. So she's going to go up against Sasha Banks again. And we all know the outcome of that. Why in the world are you having this match again instead of going straight to Sasha, just giving her the win? Because Sasha kind of owed it. You know, the fact is that Alexa Bliss had a count out. She deserves a rematch and she never got it. So technically, all of this should not be happening. I'm just saying. And it doesn't make any sense to have Nia in the mix. I'm just saying that too. But other than that, I do know that botches are human error, blah, 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 blah. But it just doesn't make any sense when you know that somebody that just got put away, I'm not going to say she is the top babyface of the women's division. I don't think she is. She could be at this point. I don't know. But other than that, she actually is one of the prime players. And she got injured by Nia Jax. I don't know. I'm just saying. It makes no sense to me at all. And another thing that doesn't make any sense to me, why the heck you bring back a shark cage? Why bringing back the shark cage? It doesn't make any sense. Not at all. We already seen this with Jericho and Kevin Owens. And did y'all learn from that? You still can interfere in that match, even when you have a shark cage overhead. And you're like, what, 10 feet up? Come on. Come on. Enzo Amore is like a $120. Probably less than that. Why would he be scared? And it's just stupid. And they're still doing it. And I'm already tired of Enzo and Big Cass. I mean, I'm already done with that stupid feud. And they do Big Show in the mix. Oh, gosh. I just wanted to be all over. But they did really nothing for me to hype me up for SummerSlam. There are some matches I'm already interested in, like Balor versus Wyatt. I'm interested in that because I want to see the Demon again. And I want to see him go at it, even though that Bray Wyatt's going to have his butt handed to him. Should be interesting. So I'm kind of interested to see that. And everyone's interested to see whether or not that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose going to fist bump. They are at SummerSlam, guys. They always ended that way. So I'm not really scared about that at all. But I do like the fact that Seth Rollins walked away. I'd like that. I really did, because he does have that right. Because Dean Ambrose kind of left him hanging. But other than that, it just gets people riled up and it makes people want more. And I think they did an amazing job with that. That's the second thing I'm going to give credit for tonight. When it comes between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, they've done a good job with that. Great job. So it's going to be even bigger payoff for SummerSlam. So I look forward to that match as well. But here's a bigger puzzle for me. You're going to have a no-holds-barred match with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns when we've already seen this before in the ambulance match. Why have it again? And then you have Braun win. And then you have Samoa Joe choke out Roman. Roman once again looked like a total bitch in the ring. I'm just sorry. And I know that sounds a bit extreme coming from me, but I put this on Twitter. I even talked to my friends about this. Why in the world is Roman in this match? Because he literally had everybody that he is going up against. They literally made him their personal bitch on a multiple basis. If that makes sense. I mean, you had Samoa Joe choke him out. You had Braun Strowman literally nearly kill him. And then you had the Beast made him into something. Like, the Beast just put him out of commission. Came close to it. It was close to being Lesnar versus Cena at SummerSlam. at what happened to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 31. He had zero offense. All three of these men, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Samoa Joe, literally chewed that man up and spit him out. Why is he even in it? That's my question. It makes no sense. And then at the very end, who's standing tall? Not Roman. Not Roman. Braun Strowman, yes. Samoa Joe, yes. But then you see a big pile of, like a big puddle of Roman mess, of Samoan mess on the ground. Seriously, you just have a one big puddle of Roman Reigns on the ground and people step on. Why? Why even bother? Just have Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman in the match. Seriously, it's just pathetic. It really is. But I know that sounds pretty extreme coming from me, but I had to throw that out there, y'all. But I will say this. The No Holds Barred match was interesting, but I saw it before and I just wasn't interested in seeing it. But my overall thoughts of Raw is this. Good gravy was a boring towards the second hour, and then the third hour was a bit of a drag. And it was mostly for me because I've already seen the match before. Even though the match was incredible, it was great. I've just seen it before, and it just didn't get me riled up at all. But I will say the beginning really did, and I enjoyed that every bit. But I just wish they did a little bit better about hyping people up about SummerSlam, because I don't think they did that well. I mean, I would pretty much say that this Raw was a bit average. It's kind of like in the middle. It's average. It should be better than average because it leads towards a big four pay-per-view. But they didn't really do it justice. At least in my opinion. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Leave in the comments below, and I will see y'all later. Peace out.